Hi, this is Kelly Donahue-Piro here with your part two of AppX retention. And what we're going to start talking about today here is more diving into those rate increases and how to really handle them for an efficient and effective approach. So really what you want to think about with rate increases is that you want to go into your calls, not necessarily talking about rate at the forefront. You also in your head want to divorce yourself from rate. So you may know that the person's rate's gone up 20%, but it's your job to be that insurance detective that finds discounts, or if we look at it, might need to be placed with a different market. So really you want to just think about the fact that we're going to leave that till the very end, especially if we're calling on download, then we know that the person really probably hasn't gotten it yet. If we're calling based on reports that we're running, we're hoping that we're out far enough in advance that for the most part, most people haven't received their rate. We have to understand that once you do the review, the rate may change because you're finding things. And when you talk about the rate first, it pulls people backwards. So they're going to become hyper-focused on that rate. They may not be as open with you. They might not be as honest with you. So you really want to save that for the end. And when talking about rate, we want to use words like your insurance investment, not your cost or your price. Market conditions to explain rate increases, everything's going up. So just sort of avoid using words like expensive, increased premium, words that can have a negative impact on the client. You also want to think about why did the rate increase happen? Was there an endorsement or a claim or a change in their insurance score? Did the carrier take a general rate increase? Is there any bad weather or storms? These are reasons that can all point back to a rate increase and help you explain it to the client. Ultimately, we want to try to keep the client with that same company. So we're going to discuss after this video what's a reasonable increase in premium where we'd work to keep the client with the current carrier. We want to both discuss this from a percentage increase and a dollar amount. Because too often we have clients that will call in for a small rate increase, we end up reshopping them, and it becomes a vicious cycle year after year that doesn't protect the client or protect your time very well. So when you're working with a customer on rate, we really want to use 3 steps. Show empathy. Everybody wants to feel connected and feel like their feelings matter. Educate the customer. Remember, you have a license where they do not. And so there's a lot of things that they may not be aware of that you can help bring to light. And we always want to try to use monthly figures. So remember, $200 increase is only $16.67 a month. That sounds a whole lot more appealing than $200. So how do we show empathy? I completely understand. It seems like everything is going up. Electricity, cell phone bills, it's everywhere. As you may have read, insurance rates are no different. That's why I'm calling to make sure we have the best information to get you the best value. So that starts off by saying that you connect with them, and then you bring it back to reality where everything's going up. When you use the line, as you may have read, it's bringing the fact that it's public knowledge. It's not personal. Many people take a rate increase like it's personal to them. They're the only ones doing it. Why is it happening to me? You need to move that to the fact that it's happening to a group of people. And then you position them yourself as their insurance superhero. That's why you're calling to make sure you have the best information. Then we need to educate the customer. So rates in our state are going up on average X. We should know that number, right? The insurance commissioner for the state actually approves the rate increases. However, that's the value of working with us because we can help evaluate your options. So when you give people a value and they maybe fall behind it, so maybe rates on average are going up 9% and they're only going up 7%, we start moving that person into reality. The other thing is by including the insurance commissioner into the mix, we're talking about the fact that there is a process for rate increases. It doesn't just happen out of nowhere because people want to make more money, that the actual insurance commissioner for the state has some say in this and is working to try to make sure it's reasonable. So then I'm going to go into using monthly numbers. So let's take a look at your account. It looks like your rates went up X, which is X in relationship to the state average. That would be about X per month. So if you do have the rate, you want to definitely tell them what percentage that they're in. And then you want to break that down into the monthly figure. So again, $200, $16.67 a month. You may need to do some fast math, but it will pay you back in the long run. You want to look to see what you could do to help reduce the rate. So review discounts, use account review questions that you have in your packages to find changes, confirm drivers, payroll if it's a commercial account, confirm property updates, review payment and billing options, all for savings. The idea is keep it there as much as humanly possible. And this includes going after those account rounds that may help keep things down. So we know that monoline policies tend to take the biggest rate increase. So let's go ahead and see if we can even those policies out. Remember that remarketing is the last resort. If someone asks to be reshopped, you don't have to do it. You could instead let them know that you're going to review their account and get back to them with your recommendations. And if you look at it and decide that remarketing is the best option, that's great. However, if you look at it and find that it's not, you've reviewed your account and you're going to give them your professional recommendations. Because remember, remarketing costs you and the agency time, it costs the agency premium, and it doesn't always protect the agency or save money. It can flag inspections, missed loyalty discounts, missed multi-policy discounts, and changes in policy features. If you are going to remarket somebody, we want to think of them as a new client. Update all their underwriting questions. Don't just reshop somebody on old information. And most importantly, do not automatically reshop somebody. We want to speak to them first, get updated information, get their buy-in. If we are going to reshop them, we should find an opportunity to better insure them. Don't ask, we just want to quote and present it. For example, if somebody has home and auto, and they have the right auto limits, let's automatically quote the umbrella. We also want to provide people options so they feel empowered. So this could be different payment strategies, different deductibles, but the client really should have some say. It shouldn't be a one-size-fits-all situation. When we can remarket the client live and do it on the phone, we should. Now, I know this may seem a little overwhelming and scary, but I'm going to ask you to try it for the next couple weeks. You already have a lot of their information in personal lines and PL Rater or whatever rating software that you use, and it's really easy to bridge it over and clean up some information. If we really can't, there's just no way that we can go ahead and remarket somebody on the phone. We need to set a time. This should be no more than 24 hours because if somebody's frustrated with their rate, they will shop. And upset clients just simply won't wait. Never email a remarket quote. Set a time to review the options and get to yes. Emailing it is basically pushing it off on them, saying, see our price, take it or leave it, and it stops that dialogue on really selling you and the value of working with your agency. So let's go over a remarketing update. Let's see how our team is redoing on the remarkets. But real quick, there's really 4 steps to a solid rate increase call. Provide the empathy, give direction, educate them on what's going on, and then finally provide options. So let's have some conversations on rate increase and remarketing.